Well, hello there. Good morning to you all. So, uh, before going to do my Bleach review, um, I kind of feel the need to make this video as kind of homage to a great man that died recently, recently in the last week. And this man was Nelson Mandela, or Madiba. And for me, he was one of the most important leaders and men from the second half of the 20th century, and without a doubt, uh, his place in history and in our collective memory and in our hearts, I must say, is assured today and forever. Because probably most of you that hang out in YouTube or Google Plus or Facebook and such do not have any memory uh, or historical memory about what was the meaning of Nelson Mandela fight, and most of you certainly don't have any idea about what he fought against. And he fought against a regime, a political regime that existed in South Africa since 1948 until 1994. So it was a very long time of segregation. And if you, by chance, lived in South Africa during those years, and if you are black, you will feel that segregation into public transportation, into going to the beach, into buying an apartment, into having access to banking credit, into going to a simple restaurant or a coffee, or even to a simple toilet. You will feel that racial discrimination all over the place, where the ruling class, the white ruling class, basically controls all, and the black people that were the majority of the people were treated as basically trash. So, to understand the life and the fight of Nelson Mandela, you need to have that historical memory present. And I was very young, it's true, but I remember when Nelson Mandela was liberated and how important that was worldwide. So, and then he proved that he was a sorry, a very kind-hearted man that had a fantastic and amazing for capacity for forgiveness, and that he understood that to South Africa live in the future, he will not have to extract vengeance from his former rulers, but he will need to cooperate with them. And through all his life and his own example of living, he fought and built the South Africa that exists today. But his influence is not only in South Africa, it's worldwide, like I did say. Because by the way, regarding the situation in the case of Portugal with the situation with East Timor, that was a land that belonged to the Portuguese until 1974, and when the Carnation Revolution happened in Lisbon, the colony of East Timor was not granted independence, but it was militarily conquered by the Indonesian state. And Nelson Mandela, in the case of Portugal, exerted his support and helped in the resolution of this conflict that in the end led to the referendum in East Timor and to the independence of the country. So that's one example of how Mandela was important. There are a lot others in the world and that he inspired in the world. Um, so I think that is fit, and probably others have already done small homages to the great life and work of Nelson Mandela. But I did not wanted to get the chance away to render my small homage to a great man, a great leader, and much more important, a great human being with a great heart and with amazing capacity for forgiveness and to understand that either you are black, white, yellow, whatever, you are all human beings and you live in this world, in this earth. So you should treat all races with respect and give them the chance to work together. And only working together can mankind ensure its survival as a species. So this is my small homage to the memory of Nelson Mandela or Madiba. And for me, it will be a man that I will never forget. I will neither forget his life, his work, and his feelings as a kind-hearted man and a great leader that sadly, currently today, I don't see much of that caliber. And that's it. So, thanks for watching this video. Hope you, if you want to know more about the work of Nelson Mandela, about the regime he fought, it's easy. Go to the Google and do some research. Read something. watch something, and you will have a better understanding about what was Nelson Mandela, against what he fought, and how he came through and became, without a doubt, one of the great leaders of mankind in the 20th century. That's it. Stay well, peace, and see you soon.